Arcade1up has had Marvel Pinball along with other pinball tables out for a long time now, and I got one. But is it worth you picking one up? Let's talk about it. What's up, ladies and gents? It's your boy MikeOfAllTrades, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the Zen Pinball, Marvel Pinball for Arcade1up. So, shout out to Bones Jackson, and I'm blaming Bones for this, of course, because for the last about, I want to say year, he's been telling me and harassing me in the comment section, you need to get a V-Pen, you need to play pinball, it's addicting, etc., etc. And I never believed that. I was just kind of like, huh. Okay, well, let's see. Now, in my area, I couldn't get at games like just pinball, but I was able to pick up a Marvel pinball table. So we grabbed that instead. So there's 10 games on here. There's Spider-Man, Civil War, Wolverine, X-Men, Thor, Ghost Rider, Marvel's Women of Power, A-Force, Venom, Fantastic Four, and Fear itself. I got mine for $5.99 when QVC was selling them at $5.99. They've gone way back up now. Some places they're going for almost $800.
I didn't get lucky with the $150 price point like UAG and CT Jason did.
But, you know, I got one. Arcade1up sells them directly, usually for $7.49, but right now, at the time of the recording this, it's $5.99. The packaging was actually really, like, snug. It's a small package, you know, it's shorter than the actual like Arcade1up arcades, but it's wider because you know the whole thing is in there. It pretty much comes pretty much together. The only thing you're really putting together is like the back section of it and the marquee and stuff, and then screwing the legs on. I think it took me about a total of 15 minutes to put together, 20, I want to say, and it was really fast. It came packaged really well. Everything was in separate compartments and things of that nature, so I can't complain. The machine is about 5 feet tall, like 59.5 inches. It's like 3 feet long and 20 inches wide, like 20.5 inches wide, right? And then, you know, the little buttons, the flipper thingies, they're like 35 inches from like the waist, right? Now, the feet and the legs and stuff, they do have like adjustable like legs and stuff at the bottom, like feet, you know. And I have mine turned all the way up in the back just so I can have more of a little bit more of an angle because, you know, I like angles and geometry and whatnot. But no, seriously, I have it adjusted because I like that taller feel, you know what I mean? Just in the back, not in the front. The side art is dope. I love the side art. Side art was great. One side's dedicated to the Avengers. It's got, you know, it's got Captain America, Iron Man, Captain Marvel. Black Panther's on there, which is kind of odd because he's only like really like in one table. And I think I said Spider-Man, right? And then the other side is X-Men. So you've got your Scott Summers, your Beast, your Wolverines. You've got Jean Grey, you got Storm, and you got Gambit. Which, funny enough, Gambit has a Zen Pinball table last time I checked. But it's not on here. And y'all need to put some respect on Remy LeBeau's name. I'm just saying, right? The Marquee is pretty big. It's pretty big, and the light box stuff, you know what I mean, like that's implemented right now in the Capcom Legacy probably stemmed from this. It's also in big blue and whatever, right? But the Marquee looks really good. Again, that thing was that was really the only thing that you really had to assemble for the most part was the back of it, you know. It comes with a DMD screen. Pretty sure that's what that little itty bitty screen is called, a DMD. It's about 7.5 inches long, like diagonally, of course, 7.5 inches long. But the thing is, when you use it, it doesn't show like the full play field. Like the whole like screen is used, like part of it's used. It's weird. It does like the weird like letterbox like cinema thing. I don't know. So let me preface that with saying this. Mine is still stock. I haven't updated the firmware or anything on it like that. So maybe they fix that in the patch. I don't know. Speaking of the play field, it's a 720p screen. It's a 24-inch screen as well. So I know that sounds like it's kind of small and whatever else, right? Like 24 inches, oh, I got monitors bigger than that. Hell, I'm looking at a 24-inch monitor right now, right? But when you're playing it, you don't really feel it because you're focused on the game. You know, granted, they could have probably put in a 1080p screen. It's funny that the monitors in the Arcade1ups are like 960, and this one's like a 720. But you know, it is what it is. The speakers, ooh, them speakers. Yo, listen. If these are the speakers that they're putting in the upcoming like Pro Series cabinets, they are going to be bangers. So there's no volume. There's volume, but like there's nothing that indicates how to turn it up or down. It's just those speakers hit different. I wish those were the speakers that they will put in the current cabinets that we got, but you know, along with speakers, you have to talk about volume control, which you don't see a display of it. You don't see a digital up and down for it. You can hear it, but you don't see it. So you don't know if your volume level's at like 1 or 2 or 10 unless you're counting in your head. And who's going to remember that, you know? But the sound is great, and the speakers, they bang. The control panel is pretty simplistic. You know, there's 2 white buttons on the front. There's your power switch, your volume switch. You've got your launch button, and you've got a plunger, which is dope. And the plunger is actually functional. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. Your flipper buttons, I always want to call them side buttons. Your flipper buttons, they exist. And there's like a plastic like disc around the flipper button so that you don't damage the artwork. So I'm glad to see the Arcade1up thought about that. Also, you have metal trim on the cabinets. And the metal trim, you know, it's prone to fingerprints because, well, it's metal. It is what it is. But easily cleanable. It provides a nice aesthetic feel to the cabinet. Almost provides a premium feel to it. Speaking of metal, the legs are also metal. And I didn't mention that before. The legs are sturdy, they're metal, and helps the overall feel of the machine. Playing the machine, me being a big dude, 6'3", you know what I mean, like, and just messing around with it, like, it feels sturdy. I don't ever feel like I'm gonna break it in half, like I'm a juggernaut, you know. So shout out to them for that. Now, let's talk about the looks of the tables on here. Because it's 720 screen, you see a lot of jaggies, especially on Thor. Thor has a lot of jagged edges that you notice, you know. And I'm not even talking about like if you're like trying to eye it up like that or something like that. I'm talking about just sitting back playing the game and you notice it. Thor is one of those tables, they just look bad, you know, which kind of it takes away a little bit, you know what I mean, but it's playable. It's playable, right? This thing does have 2 knockers or so, you know, like inside of it, you know, the solenoids, right? And they work in conjunction with the haptic touch feedback flippers that are in here. So I'm sure they're probably encased in something and covered in something. I didn't take the top off to lift up or anything else like that. There's plenty of other people who've done that already. But I know that they're encased. I think if you move them, it might hit a lot harder, but you can feel the feedback when you're hitting the buttons, and you can hear it. It's not as strong as maybe you want it to be. Speaking of it's not as strong as you want it to be, the tilt and the nudge feature. It's there. Doesn't work all the time, but it's there. So enough talking about it. I'm gonna let you guys see some gameplay, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts and opinions.
Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man!
Violent clash between superheroes and supervillains near an elementary school resulted in a monstrous explosion. The recent call for superhuman registration has reached an all-time high after this unspeakable tragedy.
A moment of silence. Stanford that changed things for you, wasn't it, Tony? Before that, you went to Washington to lobby against the Superhuman Registration Act. It It was coming anyway. I always thought registration was inevitable, though I did try to delay it. But after Stanford, there was just no stopping it.
Woman to mess with. That cosmic cube is the property of Hydra. No, it mustn't fall into the wrong hands. What in the world just happened?
You destroyed the cosmic cube! In the name of Hydra, I should just finish you now!
Wait, we don't know what's going on. Look around. It seems like New York, but look at all those Soviet signs. When the cosmic cube shattered, did it rewrite reality?
You're right. It is strange. I'll refrain from hurting you for now. Maybe you can be of some use to me until we get out of here.
Over there. Take out that searchlight before we're spotted. Great shot. Let's get moving.
Charles Xavier, we meet in battle once more. Fantastic Four. Here I come! Get out of my way!
Keep it up!
I am unstoppable. Behold the beauty of Asgard. Mighty. All save activated. In the name of Odin, the All-Father, may Asgard never fall. Asgard visited. Choose your destiny. Upon your defeat, I will be the mightiest of all who inhabit the Golden Realm. Nay, evil one, never shall you defy the All-Father's rule. Fantastic! Amazing! Vengeance has a name. You can know it as the Ghost Rider. And the show begins!
I've got your back, John.
Destroy. I'm the best there is at what I do. But what I do best isn't very nice. Focus. Marquee awakens. I fear the final prophecy is at hand.
The serpent has the all-father.
Fear strengthens, so too does my power. Punish and terrify every single living thing you can. Old room? Our time is at hand. Go forth in war and see us. Fear is spreading all over the world. Bucky, no! Man down! Man down!
So overall, I enjoy the machine, the pinball machine. Like, it's my first V pin ever. I played on other virtual pinballs, you know what I'm saying, in arcades and whatever else, but like, this is my first of one that I get to own, and me being a Marvel fan, for me, it's great. I can get past the screen. I just won't play Thor as much, you know what I mean? But for what they've done, it's 5 different languages and local scoring, and that's another thing. It's local scoring. There's no way to online leaderboards or anything else like that. So that's something you guys want to keep in mind if that's something that you want to score chase on or whatever else, right? But you do have the ability to reset your scores locally. So there's that if you want to, want to challenge your kids or challenge friends or whatever else, right? You can play 4 players up to it and everybody take a turn. So that's also cool, Things that I would love to see in the future, maybe a stronger feedback from the haptics, maybe a bigger play field, different types of pinballs. Again, this is still stock. I haven't done the firmware update, and I haven't done anything nefarious to this table. And you know what? I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to put the other packs on it. I enjoy it as is. My favorite tables on the cabinet: Spider-Man, X-Men, Wolverine, and Thor. And Thor is amazing. You know what I mean? Thor is such a good table. You get to choose your battles if you fight Destroyer or Loki or Ymir. It's great, and I enjoy I don't think there's really any game or any table that I don't play on here. Actually, I take it back. There's one, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's a disappointment. Fantastic Four it's pretty mid. Venom is cool. It's all right. I'm disappointed because I'm a Venom dude. I love Eddie Brock. So it's kind of a disappointment with that, whatever else, right? But now I did say I was going to leave the game list stock, but I didn't say that I wasn't thinking about modding it. There's a lot of things that can be changed and modded on this table. This might be something I reach out to other people in the community about. Again, little things like changing out the solenoids or adjusting the position, maybe getting some glass, or maybe trying to do a monitor swap. I've seen a couple videos about swapping out the monitor, so that's something that I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? But the question is, should you buy this or another Arcade1up table, or should you buy the At Games Legends pinball? Now, there's pros and cons of both. The At Games is a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? You can buy more games if you put on it. You can even buy a Vibs board and you can add your PC to it. So there's that or whatever else, right? But if you want a good stock experience just out of the box with games that you're going to be entertained with, I'm going to go with the Marvel Pinball. Or the what is it? Star Wars Pinball. Haven't touched the Attack from Mars Pinball, so I can't speak about that, right? Legends Pinball, if you can get it on sale, maybe. But we're talking about today about the Marvel Pinball, and I enjoy it. So that's something to keep in mind. For the price point, if you can get it at $5.99, definitely. Right now, it is on sale for $5.99. So if you're interested, definitely think about picking it up. Go forward with that. And those are just my thoughts, my opinions. What do you guys think? Do you guys have the cabinet? Pinball machine, not a cabinet mode. You have the pinball machine. Have you been playing it? What are your guys' thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I wasted money? Do you think I should get something else? Let me know all that. I appreciate all the feedback. If you made this far, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the video, and subscribe to the channel while you're watching the video. Oh my gosh, it's Thursday, y'all. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.